Welcome to the State Basketball Centre, round 3, NBL1 action. 2 o'clock tip-off for the Knox Raiders men against the Melbourne Tigers. Damo, I'm joined here by my sideline commentator, Damien Morris. Hi, Damo.
G'day, Ducky. Good to be here, mate.
And look, both teams coming off a game again last night. Melbourne in a tough one against Waverley, going down by 3 points last night, and the Knox Raiders cracking the duck, for want of a better word. No pun intended there, mate.
Yeah, I went out, Ducky, and watched Knox out at Southern last night, watched play Southern Sabres, and a very impressive performance. What was good about it was 27 assists amongst the team. They managed to get minutes into all their players, so it was a really even spread. A couple of standouts. Mike Rose, 26 points, including 6 triples at 60%, 4 boards. Adam Thosby, 19 points, 5 triples at 100%. James Hunter hurt his ankle with about 4 minutes to go, so I'll be interested to see how he goes tonight. He's out there. I'm not sure whether he's going to take the floor. Simon Grant, almost a double-double, 11 points and 9 boards. One thing, though, Knox need to watch is 17 turnovers. Southern scored 22 points from their turnovers.
Yep.
Shot from the field at 56%.
Got to look after the ball, mate. James Hunter has got the Vans on, mate, so I'd say he is a late scratch here. And, of course, the Knox Raiders coming off the devastating news of losing Darrell Nugget McDonald for more than likely the season with a broken foot after a really innocuous crossover last week against the Geelong Supercats, and come up hobbling really badly, and he's going to miss at this stage majority of the season. So
yeah, interesting to see what they do with the one spot. Last night Damien Haya played a fair bit in the one spot. Also Malik Meunier sort of floated through the one spot as well, so it'll be an interesting spot for them to fill.
Yeah, of course.
Looking at Melbourne last night, Ducky, they did lose to Waverley by 3. Pozzoglu, huge, 32 points, 5 triples at 62%, 13 boards. Hickey, 17 points. Pinot, 10 points and 12 boards for a double-double for him. And 44 boards for Melbourne last night, including 18 offensive boards. So really getting after to give himself a second chance at it.
I'm really excited to watch a couple of really solid athletes here, Damien. William Hickey, down from the Sydney Comets last year, playing in the Waratah League up there, averaged about 15-odd points last year. So he excites me. I have yet to lay eyes on him in live, so I'm really keen to see what he's got to show me. But I'm an Illawarra Hawks fan, mate, in the NBL, and I was really disappointed not to see Nick Pozzoglu get more burn last year playing up at the Illawarra Hawks. This guy excites me. He can jump out of the gym. As you say, he's a beast. He stretches the floor and he shoots at a very high, efficient clip. So Knox have really got to do a serious job there today, and that's going to be a tough battle without James Hunter there to try to control him.
It is. Melbourne very strong on the boards. Interesting. I'll be interested to see how Mike Wells goes as well. He's recently completed senior year in college in Michigan, where he averaged 15.8 points per game, 172-centimetre point guard. We should see how he goes tonight, Ducky. I see him starting.
Did he play last night, you know?
Yeah, I think he did. He didn't play many minutes last night.
Okay. So he's here on his first weekend, and as we always know, it does take a little bit to adjust to the standard of officiating when you're into a new league and so on. So he's a point guard. It's you know, other than DeAndre Burton and maybe the guy down at Geelong, the Williams guy, who hasn't yet to play. There's not many import point guards. Most teams have facilitated their need for imports with bigs and 3s or 4s, or guys who can score and put the ball in the hole. So I'm interested to see how Mike Wells goes with coming into this group and how he acts as a facilitator to get guys like Hickey, Pozzoglu, Dame Pinot, some easy buckets, hopefully close to the hole. So
and just looking at the head-to-head there, Ducky, both teams are really strong on the boards. Knox are the 3rd best rebounding team in the comp, and Melbourne are the 4th best. Knox are the 3rd lowest scoring team in the comp, averaging 79.7 points. The competition average is 86.2 points. Knox is also shooting the third lowest percentage from the floor at 41% field goals. And Melbourne are the sixth lowest at 45%. So not too bad numbers early on in the season. You can't read a great deal into those stats, but be interested to see the scoring power of Knox, see how they go tonight. They beat Southern by a comfortable 22 last night, so I think they'll be looking forward to back it up from last night.
Starting fives are on the floor for both sides. Knox coming out with Damon Hire at the 1, Mike Rose and Adam Thosby on the wings. Simon Grant injected into the starting lineup for James Hunter at the 4. And big Sedarian Reigns. He's going to have his hands full with young up-and-coming superstar Dane Pinot. On the floor for the Melbourne Tigers, Mike Wells. Their wings, Mickey Luxford and Will Hickey. Nick Pizzoglu at the 4, and Dane Pinot mans the middle. Hickey with the job on Thosby. Ball goes inside on the first play to Reigns. Hits Damon Hire. Nice ball movement to start there for the Knox Raiders. Really nice find by Sedarian Reigns. Hickey through hands, looking for Pizzoglu. Bit of handoff action here. Wells goes back to Pizzoglu in an on ball with Pinot. Kicks to Luxford. Goes inside. Dane Pinot. Simon Grant with his work cut out there.
Yeah, he was good last night, Simon. Double-double last night. Lots of boards, but yeah, he's going to be very active and be very strong in there tonight.
Dane is a solid fundamental big man. He's got up fakes and hook shots and all sorts. So as Mike Rose goes to work in the block, can't get it. Looked at that mismatch on Wells. Luxford penetrates. Hickey for 3. Short. Hickey for 3 gets about 0.75.
He's a big man, Zoglu, isn't he?
Yeah, look at him.
Haven't seen him in the
Never
flesh
skips
for a
chest
while.
day. Never skips chest day.
Absolutely.
Adam Thosby, 5 of 5 last night, you said, mate, at Southern. Yeah, very efficient. He stretches this floor for the Knox Raiders as Reigns goes to work inside, gets Pinot biting on a nice little up fake, comes back with the left, and the big fella gets 2 on the board for the Knox Raiders.
It was good watching Reigns go toe-to-toe with Barlow last night. It was a good contest.
Yeah, he's having stood next to Sedarian and having a bit of a chat to him last week or the week before. He's not a gigantic man, but he's definitely imposing, and he definitely needs to fill that.
And he's got a good leap on him. He is athletic.
As we speak of the devil, Nick Pizzoglu hits from downtown for the Tigers. The first 3-pointer of the game. Thosby gets Hickey to bite, penetrates. Adam crooked himself for missing that one.
And looks like Hickey might have watched a bit of video this morning on Thosby because he was very tight closing him out there. 5 from 5.
Well, he's got a bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for there? A bit of reputation as a shooter. So the scout would be relatively run him off the 3, make him put the ball on the floor, which they did there.
Just come to Knox from Worcester Wolves, where he was averaging 10.81 points a game, and of course
that's
British
Worcester,
national
mate.
team.
That's
Worcester
Games.
Worcester,
mate.
Commonwealth
Worcestershire
Games. 14.5 points per game for the British team for England.
Switching big to big action there for Pizzoglu and Pinot as Wells gets tied up. Really good hands there. Was that Adam Thosby there tying him up?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I missed it.
Went up with it, come down with it. That's a travelling violation. So Damon Hire at the 1, injected into the starting lineup with Nugget out. Through hands now for Mike Rose, looking for Thosby. Keeping it on the left. Rose in a pick and roll with Reigns. He rolls. Hire with 4 on the shot clock. Need to get it up. Did so. Grant goes hard to the basket on the rebound. Can't get it. And forces it out of hands. Mickey Luxford, the Geelong former Werribee junior, under-17 Australian team, went and had a crack at the AFL. 2 AFL games for the Cats. Did he crack 50 VFL games, Damo? I think he's just short.
46 VFL games.
Has come back to NBL1 as Dane Pinot goes to work, and they're going to have to really make those catches hard now by putting pressure on the ball passer as smooth. Mike Rose, hop steps.
Taken off where he left off from his 26 points last night.
Yeah, it's good to find him a bit of form. A couple of quiet early weeks in the NBL1, and definitely found some form last night at Southern as Mickey Luxford gets to the basket.
Would you call him a journeyman, Ducky?
He's been in Australia now for some time, and he's finding his feet. You know, every year he comes into the league fresh, normally off a gig somewhere. So Wells now with the ball into Pinot. Can't get it. Ball in the hands of Hickey. 5 on the shot clock now. That is a nice move. And he will be a little bit cross with himself for not making that one.
So Damon High will be happy he made that too. His shooting percentage is only at 20% at the moment. He's a better shot than that. Last year, New Zealand NBL, we played for Nelson Giants. He was shooting at 45.8 from the field, averaging 19.5 points a game. So just easing into the league, coming back from a bit of a scrape out of his knee. It'll take him a little bit of time, but I think being in the one spot, he's going to get his hands on the ball plenty.
That's right. And he is a 1 too, so it's nice to see him injected into that spot. He's a good facilitator of the ball.
He does shoot the 3 well as well, so hopefully we'll see some of that tonight.
That's right, as Hickey makes 2. And we've got an entertaining start here, halfway through the big alley-oop slam jam from Sedarian Rains. Nice feed, Damon Higher. Yeah, that's exciting.
It is exciting.
A great look and a really nice set drawn up by Coach McDonald there as Hickey.
Nice reverse.
Yeah, really good athletic move.
Agile, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I like
Sprightly.
him. I like him.
Wearing Thosby quite tight, as he needs to.
Rains cleans up the loose ball. Thosby in space. Triple.
Saw a lot of it last night.
Yeah.
Look no different to that.
I'm going to high-five his right hand. Luxford again. Hard to the basket. Kobe move. The hard stop on Damon Higher. Stops on a dime. Turns him inside out. And has a nice little finish there.
15 all. Entertaining start.
Yeah, of course. Thosby into Higher. On ball again with Rains. As he pops this time. Puts it on the deck. 2-man game with Damon. Can't get his hands on it. Nice hands. Mike Rose to deflect it away from Pazoglu there. And we're going to have a substitution for the first time tonight. Malik Mounier and Abe Nyok subbing in. Mike Rose and Simon Grant going out.
Both teams on the second leg of a doubleheader, so using the bench will be important. Knox did get a lot of minutes into their team last night.
Pazoglu loads up again for 3. And Knox are going to have to switch out onto that or something. He's 2 of 2.
Yeah, he's shooting the 3 at 47%. Yeah. He's made 11 from 21 for the season, so he's dangerous from outside.
As Wells takes it away. Mounier gets after it, can't get it. And Wells scoots in for 2 off the pinch.
17 turnovers for Knox last night, so they're going to have to watch that. 22 points were scored off their turnovers last night.
Of course, going to have to look after the ball, as we saw in the women's game earlier.
Nice back cut.
Abe Nyok with a nice find.
Yeah, nice back cut.
Yeah, really good communication there. As we saw in the women's game there, Damien, it was a real Knox punishing Melbourne Tigers for their turnovers. They had 28 or nearly 30 points off their turnovers, so Knox going to have to look after the ball here. Melbourne will run their athletic, and they will get out on the floor as we've subbed in
5 boards to Melbourne, only 1 to Knox.
Max Vitala has subbed in for the Tigers, along with... Did he sub in for Wells, the import?
Both teams shooting the ball well. Melbourne 72% early and Knox 66% from the field.
So Damon Hyatt cashes 2 and goes to the bench, and replaced by Mike Rose. So Luxford at the 1 now for the Tigers, controlling the tempo. Knock with the job on Pozoglu as Hickey got a nice look, couldn't convert. And Mike Rose, let's see if we can't get a look at Mike Rose's shoes as he cooks William Hickey.
Angled him, the crowd goes wild.
Mike Rose has the brightest shoes I've ever seen, Damien. They are bright.
You know,
they are brighter than Dermot Brereton football boots.
You know, if you wear wheels like that, you've got to be able to make it. And that's just an example of he's worthy of wearing those wheels.
Absolutely. As Pozoglu continues a merry dance on offense for the Tigers. He's up to 8 real quick. Munier attacks the paint now and scoots to the basket for 2. Nearly turned it over, got it back. Good hustle by the young fella.
And he was confident. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, of course. As Luxford pulls up for 3, can't get it. Pinot chases it down. Loops one out to Pozoglu. Fresh clock for the Tigers. Max Vitala misses the 3. We have a personal on the rebound. Is on Abe Knock.
Just look at those floor wipers go to work there, Ducky. I have to say a shout out to the floor wiper from the Southern Sabres last night. There was one kid, he would have been about 14 years of age, doing both ends of the floor with one towel. He was the busiest floor wiper and embraced his job with enthusiasm I've never seen.
I think I've seen the kid before, mate.
Outstanding. He was busier than Rafael Nadal's towel ball kid at the Australian Open. It was an outstanding effort by that young fella.
It's a busy man. As Knock back cuts. Munier looking to turn it over again.
It's 2 turnovers.
Luxford can't get it, and Pozoglu jams it home on the cleanup. Malik's got to look after the ball here a bit, mate. Mike Rose straight to the 1. It's Sedarian. Bit of pin down action for Rose. Can't get to 3. Rebound Pozoglu. Luxford not keen to pull the trigger, has missed a couple of really clean looks. Inside to Pinot. Back down. Aggressive move from Dane Pinot. Right, left. Come back to the left. Nice little jump hook by the big fella. Now he's fundamentally sound. Thosby, 1 dribble pull up. No good. And rebound Pinot. Pick and roll action for Luxford. Ooh. Malik tied him up. He's been called for the personal.
Pozoglu up to 10 points.
Yeah, a special moment there as Tatum McDonald checks in for the Melbourne Tigers. Club that his dad made his own, really. So he's playing all right from all reports. Shame his brother's not in uniform.
So he was at Knox, was he, Ducky?
It was a couple of years ago.
Did you see much of him?
I did. Probably coming off maybe a year or 2 out of the game when he played for his dad here 2 years ago. So good block out there by Abe Knock as he finds Malik.
Good attack again.
Yeah, really aggressive drive for the young fella.
Makes up for those couple of turnovers.
I think he'd rather have the turnovers back as well. And travelling violation number 5, Jack Bynes. I tell you what, Damo, back when I played, there were white sneakers and there were black sneakers. And I was never, as I said to you last week, I was never very good. Dane Pinot's got the white sweatband on. He's got the white sneakers on with the one stripe down the side, and Mike Rose on the other hand's got the Larry pink socks. There's about 14 different highlight colours on his shoes. The game's changed a lot. But that back down move by Dane Pinot down there just goes to show that a nice bit of aggressive work and some fundamental footwork, and that nice big jump hook that he had there was a really good bucket for him. So it's 24-26 here with half a minute to play in the first quarter, and we've got a timeout on the floor.
So Knox are being outworked on the boards. Melbourne 10 boards to Knox 4. Probably not a great surprise there, but they're going to have to keep, both teams are strong rebounding sides, so they're going to have to keep working really, really hard. Turnovers, 2 apiece. Points in the paint, Melbourne 18, Knox 12.
Pizzoglu leading the scorers with 10 in the game here in the start.
And Melbourne scored off both Knox's turnovers.
Got to look after it. Mike Rose to the one now.
28 seconds on the game clock.
Yeah. Interested to see what Coach McDonald's got in his kit bag here. And there's another one. I'm pretty sure that's not how T-Mac drew that up out of the timeout. But anyway, we'll move on.
Derek McDonald was all over Adam Thosby like a cheap suit.
Yeah. As Bynes goes to work on Grant, can't get it to go. Tatum McDonald, float game, no good. Pinot, glass eating machine.
Monster.
Gets a stick back to end the first. And it's a 4-point lead to the Melbourne Tigers at quarter time. They lead this one 28-24. Both teams back on deck to start the second quarter here.
Just looking at the boards there, Ducky. Knox have got 4 boards. Melbourne have got 13 boards. 8 of those offensive boards. 4 of those to Dane Pinot. So Knox are really going to have to work harder on allowing Melbourne to get that second chance.
He just got 3 in that one play, you know. So they're going to have to keep him off the glass. He's just being really aggressive as Grant does a really good job on that one. Keeps him out of that work. He's just backing down and just being super aggressive at the
Jordan Adam on the floor.
Yep. Adds another scoring punch off that wing as he penetrates and kicks to Grant. 8 seconds now on the shot clock as Damon Hire goes to work on Wells. Can't get it to go. Nobody on the glass for Knox.
It's 14-4. Rebounds.
McDonald hits Pinot and a personal on Simon Grant. Just want to give a shout out to Simon Grant. He's finally joined the no hair no care club this week. So we were having a bit of a chat about it last night after the youth league contest, and he's finally lopped off the feathers. So welcome to the no hair club, Simon. It's good to see you embrace it, mate.
Of course, he's played with Knox from 2009 to 2014. Then went over to Eltham. 2017, he was shooting at 45% and averaging a double-double per game.
He's been impressive at that big V level, and he's got to fill in tonight for James Hunter. That would have been a really good battle tonight, Hunter and Pozoglu, as they hit Adnam for a backdoor cut. Can't get the basket, overcooks it. Tatum McDonald punches the D. And he's got a 3-ball in the corner.
Really good ball movement by Melbourne.
Yeah, Tigers just punched it, kept punching. And went to work. Action for Sedarian Reigns now. Adnam, nothing.
Nice back cut.
And Bynes collects higher on the backdoor cut. So that is a personal on Bynes. He's
Damon Higher shooting 88% from the line.
That's efficient. I reckon any time you're 3 out of 4 is pretty good. 7 out of 10. As we said in the women's game, mate, underrated or undervalued skill, the ability to knock in free throws all the time. So high to the line. Thanks. We'll put the Moz on him. Yeah, just bullying, really, the Raiders at the moment. And a bit of a different look here from the Raiders. Adnam stretching the floor with the defence, and they do force a turnover, so need to capitalise on this now. And a real different look there. Adnam at the front of that almost three-quarter court press defence. And Higher as the facilitator for the Raiders, guarded by Max Vitala. Higher hits Rose, penetrates. Grant shakes off. Bynes can't hit the 3. Tater with a good block out. Bynes ahead of
play by Simon Grant there.
Yeah.
He was about to throw it back and he had a sneaky look.
Just realigned, mate.
And he saw Jack Bynes there and he thought, I'll just let him have a baseline.
Just realigned your defence. Really good heads-up play. Pozoglu is back in for the Tigers. McDonald to Vitala. Corner guarded by Adnam. Gee, that was a sweet-looking ball.
It was a nice shot.
Really nice bucket from Max Vitala. Ball goes inside to Reigns, guarded by Pozoglu and Grant. He needs to finish that.
So Jordan Adnam. MVP for the youth champ men last year. Averaged 19.77 points a game, 48%.
Who was that, mate?
Jordan Adnam.
Jordan Adnam from Kilsyth.
Yeah, a bit of a step up for him, going from the youth champs into this NBL1.
Yeah, of course. As Simon Grant makes 1 out of 2. Cuts the lead to 9. Again, extended pressure from the Knox Raiders. Mickey Luxford makes 1 pass and it's all over. Reigns gets his hands on it. Luxford picks it back off Grant. Has a wide open look at a 3-ball. Can't get it. Rose out running. It's a 3-on-3. Reigns joins in. And he gets a 2 points inside. Nice feed from Jordan Adnam.
Melbourne by 7.
Pozoglu. Big-to-big screening action. Attacks Grant. Simon Grant does a really good job. and then turns the ball over. Tatum McDonald, higher, did a good job on the closeout. Grant's not getting much help there on the glass, is he?
No, he wasn't. I think it might have been Mike Rose who allowed Pozzoglu to slip through there to get the offensive board. Simple putback.
Ball goes inside to Reigns, attacking, cut by Adnam. Gets the nice roll. Again, a little bit of extended from the Knox Raiders. Pozzoglu wide open three, lack of communication. Damon Hire.
Offensive board again to Melbourne.
Damon Hire just come up there shaking, like pointing, whose job is that? And it's sitting in this zone. You got to rotate, you got to talk, you got to communicate. As Grant hits Rose, ahead of the pack. No pull-up, goes to Adnam. Can't get it. It's off hands. And it's a Raider ball. Substitution, Abe Knock in. Jordan Adnam goes out, Simon Grant goes out, Casey Marshall in. As Damon Hire goes to work. Nice bucket off the curl. 5-point lead to the Tigers. Luxford, shake and bake. Hits Pinot, misses a gift. Got to get the ball over. Casey does a good job. Abe Knock hits Mike Rose, elevates, 3 points, no good. Rebound. A good foul by Damon Hire. Really good foul. I was just gearing up there for a big two-hander and
claims his innocence, but not so sure.
We have a timeout on the floor. It's a 5-point lead, 5:24 to play here in the first half. And both teams looking really, just looking for somebody to really take hold of this game, take it by the scruff of the neck, Damien, and really try to have an impact on here. It's been a bit lax in the last couple of minutes. So I'd really like to see somebody like Pozzoglu try and take the game over for the Tigers, or Mike Rose or Thosby come back in and really dig deep here and try to get their team out to a little bit of a lead here. It's a little bit back and forth at the moment. So
yeah, look, I like having Sedarian Reigns and Abe Nook both out there at the same time. Melbourne have got 10 offensive boards, so I think Knox have only got 2. They've really got to try to address that.
Yeah.
Because we've seen Pozzoglu working really hard on the inside with Panu there, just working hard and getting those second chance points, and it's going to hurt Knox longer the night goes on.
Pinot makes the first. This is a second. Rebound Reigns.
It's a big leap, isn't it?
Yep. Damon Hire charged with this one here. Rose, 3. Look good. No good. Rebound Pinot. Rebound numbers for Dane Pinot, please. Damo. Rose with the pinch. Pozzoglu ahead of him.
6 boards for Pinot. 10 points.
We have a personal foul there on Nick Pozzoglu, his first personal foul. Team foul number 3.
12 points for Pozzoglu, 10 for Pinot. Knox Damon Hire, 9 points. Solarian Range, 6 points.
Need to get a bit more here out of Mike Rose and Adam Thosby. Thosby not on the floor, so that's hard. Mike Rose to inbound. Look for him to get this back real quick too.
45 points between them last night, so it would be handy for Knox tonight if they could do similar.
It's got a little bit going on with the shot clock or something here. Correction on the foul, maybe.
Simon Grant got the most boards for Knox with 4.
Yeah.
5 assists for Sedarian Rains.
Rains has got to get active there, though. He's got to get active on that glass and really work hard to keep Pinot. And Rosa gets it back. Chased by Hickey. Hand on the hip. Knock on Pozoglu. Gets a hand on it. Loose ball comes up. Pinot ahead of the pack. And Luxford goes reverse style for 2. Yeah, really good transition basketball.
Yes, good transition.
Yep. Hickey was really quick there, getting his head up, seeing who was ahead. Higher, pulls up for 3. Can't get it. 1 on the glass again for the Raiders. Pinot releases to Hickey. Abe Knock ties up, can't get it, loose ball.
Travel call on Pozoglu. I think he was lucky to get away with a foul there. Looked like a bit of a hip and shoulder to me, but they called the travel first. And
rightly so, he looks a bit perplexed, I think.
He doesn't like either of them. I think he might have been lucky to get away with not his second foul.
And he's still asking. Thosby back in the contest now for the Raiders. Marshall in as the 1. Still no Thosby Rose combination as Hire comes out shooting. Nice double away action there. Comes straight off. Hit the split line. About 18 feet from the basket. Really nice jump shot. And he's leading the way for the Raiders, keeping them close. 6 points. Pozoglu goes to work. Just bullies Grant.
14 points for Pozoglu.
I don't know if he has his way if James Hunter's out there, to be honest. But Hunter a big out as Rains catches on the perimeter. On ball with Marshall. Marshall comes out shooting. Rains goes to the offensive glass.
Simon Grant, offensive board. Nice and strong.
Extra.
Yeah, for Thosby. He likes that corner.
Finally a bit of glass on the offensive there for the Knox Raiders.
They looked a bit more determined, a bit more aggressive.
Yep. Again to Pozoglu, 1 out on Grant. Just
nice.
Taking him to work.
Lovely spin move.
Yeah.
Knocks down by 8.
I told you I was excited to watch him.
Yeah.
And he's a talented player. And he's having his way with the Knox defense at the moment. Thosby. Hickey carries a hand well. Runs him off the line. Thosby gets 2. William Hickey, ball handling duties. Pinot with a mismatch. There's a 2. Higher bumps. Luxford gets it underway now through Grant. Good defense from Hickey and Luxford. 4. He's got to get it off. Thosby no good. Pinot. It's his hands on another one. Double digits yet on rebounds. Pozoglu attacks. Rains.
8 boards for Pinot.
High off the glass with the left for Pozoglu.
Pozoglu up to 18.
Yeah. 18 points.
Yeah, Pinot on 12.
Yeah, he's having a day out.
Nice roll
it's
by
a solid
Rains.
weekend. Marshall comes out shooting, can't get the roll.
Simon
Grant picks it up.
You know, Simon Grant's got 2 offensive boards in the last minute and a half.
And Thosby's hit a triple out of both of them. So that's the reward, really.
It is, yep.
Luxford on ball with Pinot. Kicks to Hickey. Pazoglu again. Ball in his hands. Why wouldn't you? 18 in the first half. Luxford. Deep triple. Deep triple. He liked it too. Came out fist pumping. Hasn't hit one yet. So maybe that gets Mickey Luxford going. So Thosby punches the defense again. High arcing 2. Nice action.
Thosby up to 12 points.
It's just opened up a little bit, hasn't it? Luxford to Pazoglu.
Wow.
Wowee.
21 points.
Yeah. Is that his third or fourth? Third?
He's averaging 25 points for the season, so...
Yeah. He's going to have about 50 by the looks of this. Thosby, as Hickey fell down. Vitala saves. Melbourne will have the last shot here. 54 points to 44. Simon Grant does well to break it up, gets a hand on it. Pazoglu cooks him. Rains gets a hand on it. And a good defensive possession there to end the quarter for the Knox Raiders at halftime in NBL1 round 3 action on a Sunday afternoon at the State Basketball Centre. It's the Melbourne Tigers in town, coming off a 3-point win last night against the Waverley Falcons, up against our Knox Raiders, who had a victory against the Southern Sabres last night by about 20. It's a 10-point lead.
Pazoglu's hit 3 from 4 threes, shooting the triple at 75%. He's up to 21 points. He's got 4 boards, 2 offensive boards. Just going through some of the other stats here, Ducky, before we go to a break. Adam Thosby, 15 points for Knox. Damon Hire, 11 points. Sedarian Rain, 6 points. Simon Grant leading the boards for Knox with 6. Dane Panu leading the boards for Melbourne with 8 boards. And the assists, Sedarian Rain, 5 assists. Mikey Luxford, 4 assists. Shooting across the board, field goals. Knox shooting at 48%. Melbourne shooting at 52%. And Melbourne is shooting the triple at 42%, being 6 from 14. Knox at 30%, 4 from 13. And boards, Melbourne 23 boards and Knox 16 boards.
Malik doesn't get it. Picks up the personal. The substitution, Mike Wells back in for Tatum McDonald. Pinot, high post action. Pazoglu can't get it to go. And Pinot gets the offensive rebound and the 2. Reigns, travelling violation. Wilkie in for Mickey Luxford. So it's a 13-point lead to the Tigers. As Grant comes up with a steal.
Been really important, Simon Grant.
Yes, yeah, he's getting his hands on it. Blocked a couple of shots. Good defensive rebounding. Reigns to Thosby. Run off the 3. Relocate, dribble. Subs in, Damon Hire out, Mike Rose returns, Abe Knock returning for Simon Grant. So really important 3 minutes here and change left in the final quarter. The third quarter. Knox trying valiantly to stay in this one, staying in his zone, ball goes into Mounier ahead of the pack. In fast break, Mike Rose head up early. Threw it ahead to Malik, who got 2. A bit of extended pressure. Jack Bynes. Ball in the hands of Pazoglu. Dane Pinot. Loses possession. Mike Rose with only Wells ahead of him. The Cattle retreats. Thosby penetrates. Hits the 2.
Timeout, Melbourne.
Yeah. Good timeout by Coach Pinot to stem the flow a little bit here as Knox on a little bit of a run. Have scored the last 2. And it looked kind of scrappy from the Tigers there on offense. So we're into a 9-point ball game. 2:26 to play in the third quarter, 63-54. Adam Thosby's starting to look pretty good. Damo, he's up to about 20-odd or something like that.
Well, he's up to 17.
Thanks again, Stats. You cook me every time I throw something.
Computer doesn't lie, mate. Computer doesn't lie. Pazoglu on 25. Knox have slowed him down a bit this quarter, which has been good for them.
Yeah.
Dane Pinot, 14. Damon Hire on 11 points. Double-double for Pinot. He's got 10 rebounds. Simon Grant, 7 rebounds. And Sedarian Rain, 7 assists for Knox.
Yeah, good assist numbers there for the big fella, but probably needs to add probably 3 or 4 rebounds in his column before he starts to really have an impact in this game. He's got a couple of block shots there as well. And Simon Grant changed a couple of shots at the rim, so the rim protection there has been really good by the Raiders.
So Thosby's up to 19, and Mike Rose is on 5 points. So still looking for Mike Rose to lift.
Coach McDonald still on the floor with orders for Mike Rose and Adam Thosby.
34 rebounds, Melbourne, 20 to Knox. So that's still the Knox aren't bridging that gap at all.
Yeah, of course. Got to eat into it. Extended pressure again from Knox Raiders. As Wells turns it over. Mounier. Pazoglu got it.
Almost goaltending there.
Big piece of it. Yeah, I thought it was. And Abe Knock cleans up, so it's a 7-point lead. The extended pressure, length of Malik. Thosby and Rose causing
hand in
headaches. Rose has got a break
Meunier.
again here. They've still got numbers. And Pozzoglu retreats now. And Max Vitala is called for one off the ball on Mike Rose. Gets Coach Pinot up and about. Of course, both coaches in pink T-shirts tonight, Damo, or pink shirts, or this afternoon, as it's BCNA pink round here. So a real credit to the Melbourne Tigers. They've all got the pink socks on, and Coach Pinot has joined in, so we thank them for really getting on board. There's a lot of pink T-shirts in the crowd. So bcna.org.au if you're, we all know somebody who's been touched by that. So Rose penetrates, looking for Thosby. Yep, 2 points. Foul line, no good. Pinot. Rebound number lots.
Number 11.
Pozzoglu standing. Binds to Luxford. Comes up short. Can't get it. Still no rebound. Pozzoglu sets the feet.
I'd like to see Sedarian Rains work a bit harder under there, Dougie. I'd like to see him take a body.
In an on ball now with Malik. Malik goes hard to the basket for 2. Impressive drive.
8 points for Malik Meunier.
Yeah, he's been aggressive.
It's been sprightly.
Yep. Sprightly, nice word. And his length, he's forced a few turnovers too with his length.
Oh, lovely
Bynes
pass.
gets in behind Abe Yock and misses, comes up holding his head. Has a bit of a look at referee. Meunier, corner 3. Would have stemmed the tide there, would have cut that lead.
Melbourne
Knox
by 7.
Knox just struggling to get it under this 7.
15 on the game clock. Inside the shot clock.
Just struggling to get under this 7-point barrier. 65-58.
That was...
Max Vitala got away with a walk.
He did.
Luxford attacks the rim. Pinot for 3. No good to end the third. And a really exciting last quarter coming up here in NBL1 action on a Sunday at the State Basketball Centre. It's the Knox Raiders trailing the Melbourne Tigers by 7 points, 65-58.
Knox won that quarter by 3, 14-11. So that quarter scoring really slowed down. First 3 quarters we had Knox at 24, 20 and 14 and Melbourne at 28, 26 and 11. So scoring really did slow down in that third quarter. Remembering both teams are coming in the second leg of a double header. Knox is shooting the ball at 44% from the field. Melbourne are shooting the ball at 46% from the field. "13 turnovers to Melbourne and 8 to Knox." So Melbourne have started to turn the ball over a bit more. Knox was turning the ball over early. Knox put a fair bit of pressure on Melbourne, and particularly in that third quarter, and caused a couple of turnovers.
Yeah, Knox's length, they went to that extended sort of 1-2-1-1 or that 1-2-2 3-quarter court press there for a while, and threw Malik at the front, Mike Rose at the front, and their length sort of really got after the ball carriers for Melbourne, Tatum McDonald and Mike Wells. So we're 1 quarter to go here. NBL round 1, NBL round 3, NBL1 action. And as you said, both teams, after a long weekend, both teams in good form after good performances last night. This has been a really good battle. And if Knox can impact the glass here a little bit and really concentrate on getting back into this contest, they will hopefully get back into this one for all the Knox fans out there.
Both Thosby's backed up from last night after his 19 points last night. He's had 19 points tonight. Pozzoglu 32 points last night and has backed it up with 25 points with still a quarter to go. And Pinot last night had 10 points and 12 boards, so he's backed it up as well with another solid performance.
So on the floor for the Tigers, Vitala, Luxford, Pozzoglu, Dane Pinot and Jack Bynes. And for the Knox Raiders, Casey Marshall, Mike Rose, Damon Hire, Abe Knock and Simon Grant. Knock overplays on Pinot and gets called for the personal. Tiger ball baseline, Luxford charged with the duties. Always makes sense to me to have your best passer throwing the ball in. Vitala, corner three, swish.
Like it.
Never looked like missing, did it?
No.
No. Back to double digits now. Tigers have just been a bit more efficient today, Damien, as
Mike Rose hoping he'll lift.
Yeah, as Pinot changes that one, gets a piece of it at the rim. Luxford, really good pickup.
Only 5 points for Rose after 26 points last night.
Yeah.
They've done a good job on him, Melbourne.
Big to big on ball action at the elbow, and Pozzoglu with a nice floater.
Sure how you stopped that.
Pinot with a body check off the ball. Movement at the subs table for the Knox Raiders. Big Sedarian Reigns checking back in for Abe Knock. It's Damon Hire throwing the ball in for the Knox Raiders. Marshall kicks to Rose. Inside look for Reigns. Goes right at Dane Pinot. Inside, outside. Mike Rose off to the right. Luxford, like his poise. An elite junior, Mickey Luxford.
Mike Rose is 2 from 11 at the field tonight.
Dirty day. Simon Grant picks up the personal. Personal foul, number 2 on Simon Grant. Luxford to the line to shoot 2. As I said, elite junior, Australian under-17 team. Misses the first. Makes the second, gives the Tigers a 13-point lead. Thosby, Grant in his way. Higher with 6 on the shot clock. Drops in a triple. Important bucket. Keeping the Raiders at double figures. 7:50 to play in regulation. Luxford to Pinot, to McDonald. Through hands. Crowd starting to get involved now. Luxford from about 40 feet with the shot clock winding down. Had to force one up.
Knox looked like they changed it up there and went to a 2-3 zone.
Need another important basket here, Damo.
Thosby's just the man for it. He thought about it.
Higher. left his feet.
Tried to hit Rains on the roll, but also missed him.
Tatum McDonald looking for the killer blow. A couple of times the last possession's down, Knox have just been in each other's way. Like, space the floor a bit. Marshall trying to find Grant. Thosby.
Need to get through a few more hands and just settle a bit, don't they?
Yeah, just run some stuff. Marshall sets a feet, can't get it. McDonald and Grant in a wrestling match. McDonald with the foul. Catch and shoot, can't get it.
Good leap, Luxford.
Here's the Cats, mate. But he would have picked that up there.
Too scared to look at Carlton's score tonight. Wait till I get home. Having a good day, I don't want to ruin it.
Pinot probably got away with the travel. Comes up with the loose ball. And we've got 4 wipers to the baseline. Malik back in for Casey Marshall. 12-point lead. Where did Knox get back in this one, Damo?
After seeing last night, Adam Thosby and Mike Rose, but pretty hard. Mike Rose is on the pine, so it's pretty hard for him to do it from there. I think Sedarian Rains as well just needs to really go hard inside, come off rolls like he just did there, and go to work like he's trying to do now. Just take the game on. Big solid body effort like that, a bit more of that on the inside. Get down on that block and go to work.
Back to this extended defense for the Raiders. McDonald not keen to pull the trigger. Vitala on the move. Pazoglu has it pinched by Munier. Grant misses the layup. Important miss.
10 points, 5:37 left.
Need to get some cheapies. Need to make those cheapies. Tatum McDonald inside to Nick Pazoglu. It's quieting down a little bit. Jabs at Simon Grant. Gets him in the air. Can't get the roll. Rebound Rains. And here comes Damon Hire. On ball. Rains attacks Pinot. Attacks him a bit too aggressively, according to the umpire. And picks up the personal foul. His second. A team foul, number 3. Mickey Luxford chipping in on the floor, wiping there. Tigers ball. 5 and a little bit to play in regulation. Raiders trailing in this one by 10. Staying in this extended pressure. Malik at the front. Vitala kicking to Luxford. McDonald through hands. Pinot. Knox staying in this extended into this zone as Bynes makes 2. And Melbourne Tigers just holding the Raiders at bay as Hire comes out shooting. Can't get the 3-pointer to go. Luxford has really controlled the game, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Mickey Luxford. Into an on-ball with Pinot. Gets it tossed out of there by Malik Munier.
Good leap.
Yeah, nice. Rose to Hire. Rains to Munier. Can't get it. Got a good look at it.
Eight on the clock.
High on ball. Munye tracks it down. Rains can't tip it in.
Melbourne slow it down just to take some time off the clock. 3:30 left on the game clock.
Good poise from Luxford. Get it through hands. Get it low into the clock. As Bynes jacks one up. Can't get it. Early shot. Probably not what's required at this stage. Thosby catch and shoot.
Quick release.
Still an empty trip though for the Raiders.
Claims he was fouled. Still having a chat to the ref about it. Still going.
Got to be careful. Taylor McDonald again. Not what's required here by the Tigers. They need some poise. Holding a 12-point lead.
Get the ball through some hands and just...
Damon Hire attacks the ring.
And one.
Makes the basket and the fouls on McDonald. So important free throw here. This will get it under double figures for the Raiders.
Damon Hire up to 16.
Pazoglu, rightly so, subbed back in by Coach Pinot.
27 for Pazoglu.
Leads all scorers.
Adam Thosby still talking. He's not happy.
Needs to watch Frozen, mate. Let it go. Higher makes the bonus. So the lead is under double figures. And we have a timeout to the Knox Raiders. 75, 66, 9-point lead to the Tigers.
So what can we expect here? Ducky, some full court pressure by Knox. Try to get a couple of quick steals, couple of turnovers.
Yeah, this extended pressure will probably come back out from Coach McDonald. It's been really good. They've got to watch themselves getting picked apart by it. Mickey Luxford is a really good passer.
Yeah, and they're picking it apart pretty easy by just going into the middle there.
Yeah. Dane Pinot's been that lead-up target coming out of there, and he's got really short mitts.
So it's 9 points, 3 minutes left on the clock. Melbourne by 9. Been really solid, Melbourne. Looked really strong on the inside. Dominated the boards, both ends of the floor.
A couple of really rushed possessions, though, from them on the last two. So if I'm Coach Pinot, I go in there and I just say to Mickey Luxford, you know, come out here. You've controlled the game now. I need you to control the last 3 minutes and just get baskets, get the ball close, get it into Pazoglu's hands. So, yeah, extended pressure, higher, gambles, nothing, ball into McDonald. Staying extended, Munye with the job on Luxford. Higher with the job on Pazoglu. They double at him, throw the double. He attacks the ring hard.
4 on the clock and 1.
Gee, that's a big basket. Puff your chest out.
Well, wouldn't you go in there? 29 for Pazoglu.
Really big weekend from him, isn't it? He's going to go to the line now to
32
chance to make
last
it
night.
30. Yeah, 32 last night. If he has a really good year, you really want to just be around looking for him on one of those NBL rosters next year.
Well, he made 5 triples last night. He's only made 3 today.
Yeah. He's just muscled inside. 78-66 now. As Dane Pinot picks up the personal, his second personal foul.
Both teams have got no fouls to give.
Knox are going to go quickly here. With poise, but still have to go quickly. Rose, run off the 3. Window is open for Mike Rose.
7 points for Mike Rose. Full court pressure by Knox.
Again, 2:17. They get it where they want it. Oh, Tater nearly throws it away. Mickey Luxford goes with poise again. Pazoglu into Bynes' hands. Back to Pazoglu. On ball with McDonald, Pinot. Luxford, shot clock's at 3 to 2. Pinot gets going, jump hook, rebound the ball. Comes up with the loose one. Important second opportunity there from Dane Pinot. As Pizoglu gets into the dunk spot again. And Munier picks up the personal. Minutes today for Malik Munier. Please, Damo.
8 points for Malik.
He's picked up his 5th personal, so he goes to the bench.
Shot at 50%.
Replaced by Marshall. How many minutes for him today, mate? He's been in the game a fair bit.
14 minutes 30.
Yep. As Pizoglu adds to his tally. Can't make the second, so still open. Knox need to go quick here. Rose attacks the ring. 3-point attempt, Marshall. Needs a roll, can't get it. And they just haven't made enough 3-point baskets today, have they? Luxford with poise again.
Knox a 5 from 23 with the 3 shooting at 21%.
Luxford all the way to the bucket, can't get it to go. Thosby pushes the tempo. Attacks the rim and picks up 2 free throws here. Fouls on Dane Pinot.
Knox are the 3rd lowest scoring team in the comp. The average is 86.2, and they're obviously not going to make that tonight, this afternoon.
Where do they find it though? Because, you know, Thosby had a bunch last night, Rose had a bunch last night. Ayers, you know, trying to play facilitator.
Just that consistency that they're lacking. Simon Grant, 5 points tonight. Sedarian, 8 points.
Yeah.
Marshall, no points. Jordan Adams only played 3 minutes 50 for 2 points.
Extended defense again. Bynes with the release. Marshall on Luxford. Harasses. Need to get a stop here. What a pass from Mickey Luxford to Dane Pinot.
And obviously James Hunter's been a big loss for him tonight, Ducky.
Absolutely.
Averaging 14 points.
Yep. Higher can't get it.
And averaging 7.3 boards a game, so it's a big loss for Knox.
Yeah.
Losing him last night with 4 minutes to go in the game last night.
Luxford hits Vitala. Yep. 13-point lead now, and it's under 15 seconds. Mike Rose gets a cheap one. 83-72. The Tigers will just dribble this one out. Really impressive victory today for the Melbourne Tigers.
And that's it for the game. Big round of applause for both teams. The Knox Raiders worked so hard, but the Melbourne Tigers.
Huge result for the Melbourne Tigers coming into the State Basketball Centre today in NBL1 action here against the Knox Raiders. Dominant performance on the inside by Dane Pinot. 18 points, 19 rebounds. Mickey Luxford really controlled the tempo of the game with 10 points and 7 assists. But the player of the game for mine, Nick Pizoglu, a really dominant weekend for him. He adds another 30 to his tally for the season. And he had 31 and 9 today and really just controlled the game when it needed to be won in that second and third quarters. For the Knox Raiders, Damo Adam Thosby leading the way with 21 points on 6 of 14. And
Damon Hire with 17, Mike Rose with
points.
9.
Yep.
50 boards to Melbourne, 33 to Knox.
It's the story of the game, really,
This
wasn't
story of the game, just big. I think Knox got bullied. Bigger, stronger team.
Yeah.
They bullied and missed James Hunter.
Yeah, did miss James Hunter a lot today. Let's hope he's not out for too long, as he's been really impressive in his opening couple of games here for the Knox Raiders. But on to bigger and better things.
So both teams go 1-1 from the doubleheader weekend. Melbourne having lost to Waverley by 3 last night, and Knox having beat Southern by 22. So,
yep. And Knox moving on to 1-3 for the season now. So no need to panic yet, but really need to get a couple of wins and start to get back to that 500 record for the season. So make sure you stay tuned to NBL1 on the YouTube channel. You can check out all the highlights from us here at Knox Basketball. You can check us out always, Knox Basketball on Facebook, at Knox Basketball on the Instagram. And it's been a pleasure. Thanks again, Damo, for today.
Thank you, Ducky. As always, a pleasure, mate.
On to the next one.